What do we have here? I have never even played a Dreamcast. I did watch someone play one time when I was in college. I came in their room, I think they were playing NBA 2K, and my mind was blown. But I never have played one, and now we're going to tear one apart and clean it. If you came directly here from Tronicsfix, then you just watched him clean his special edition Dreamcast and say he was going to send this one over here for me to clean. So let's see what we're getting into here. I cannot get my screwdriver in here, so let's go over to Steve's desk and grab this one and take it from him. And there we go. We should be able to take this apart now. Let's have a look. And I see the husks of bugs. This isn't near as gross as the cockroach PS5 that I did a couple of months ago. There are bugs in here though. It's a lot older. It doesn't smell as bad. But these bugs like these warm places to get in and hide. And even though this was some time ago, it is a graveyard. You can see a couple inside of that button. Pretty much any nook and cranny in here, I'm expecting that I'm going to find some bug carcasses. Just want to remember how to put that back together. And we have our lid. There's just something sticky kind of holding this on here, so I'm just going to peel it back here with my spudger and try to retain that little double-sided sticky tape or dab of glue, so we can just put this sponge thing back on. Sponge isn't the right word, is it? Foam thing? Sponge implies that it's sopping up water, and I don't think we want it to do that. There we go. Okay, let's unplug the power supply. Wiggle it back and forth carefully. Alright, there are some pins on the right hand side here that we're just kind of wiggling back and forth. I don't want to bend them. There it comes. Okay, just a plastic shield we can get out of the way. Kind of tricky to get these screws out of here sometimes. I don't want to pull this off of here, and so I'm just holding it down with the screwdriver there. Probably okay. I'd rather be overcautious than undercautious. That's a little fan. You get so used to the PS4 and PS5 and other fans now, and that thing seems tiny. Okay, that is where that lines up. There are some screws hidden underneath this thing, and I had to go ask Steve where they are. So we're just gonna peel this sticky thing back. We got those screws, and now we should be able to pull this apart. There is a ribbon cable under here that we're gonna get and pull out carefully. And that should, for the most part, release our disk drive. Let's just get this cable loose. Just carefully pull these out, grabbing by that top white part. There we go. Yeah, I think we can get this apart too. I don't know why anyone would do this unless they're doing a deep clean, but that's what we're doing. And look, there's a bug husk under there. Okay, just getting a good look at our disk drive here. Kind of pull up and back to get that out of there, releasing it from those ports. And we have our motherboard. This doesn't look that bad at all. Pretty well protected in there with all that metal. Okay. Now we can pull that off. Get a good look here, and I think we are ready to wash. If you came directly here from the Tronicsfix video, where you saw Steve working with his special edition Dreamcast, then you just saw him fix that and get it working. At least he told me that one of the things he needed to do with that one is make an adjustment to the optical laser in order to get it to read discs, which is something that I have done before. If you want to see that, I have a video where I did a Nintendo GameCube, and that was something that I did to get it to be able to read a disc. I tried that technique on this one as well because it also wasn't reading a disc, but it didn't work. So Steven, I think it's likely that we will have to replace this optical drive or the laser. We don't have those parts right now, so we're just going to let this video stand as a teardown and clean, and it's a reason why I didn't show any footage at the beginning of me turning it on and testing it and playing it, because it's really not going to be about that with this one. We're not going to get it working. We're just going to get it clean. If you want to see that process, though, of adjusting that laser and getting that going again, be sure, if you didn't already, to check out Steve's video on Tronicsfix, where he fixes his special edition Dreamcast. There's just a little buildup of dust on this board, and that looks quite a bit better. I'm very carefully going to try to clean off this laser here, but I did this before I discovered that I'm not going to be able to get it to work anyway. We're finding quite a few bugs as we go through this process. This is really an unnecessary part of the clean. It's just flux that's there from a soldering job that someone did. It's not hurting anything, but since I'm cleaning, I like to get it off. A lot of these metal pieces have these bug remains on them. We're just going to pull them away. And we have a bit of rust in this one spot. Because it's just this one spot and it's on this piece of metal with the sticker on here, I am just going to try to sand this down and get rid of some of the rust. So we're just going to keep working it here for a little bit. Alright, this is what it looks like after that sanding. I'm good with it, and I think the best way to keep that from getting rusty in the future is to just prevent it from getting wet again, and I think we can do that. This is one of my favorite parts, is just watching the color change as I go over this and remove that outer layer of dirt. We are going to carefully use the magic eraser here just to get some of these marks off of here. Refer to many of my other videos on my philosophy on Magic Eraser and when I personally choose to and not to use it. I will definitely always put out the warning that it is a low-grade sandpaper and you can damage the plastic, but on a matte surface and used carefully, it can be very effective. And in this case, I think the juice is worth the squeeze. Bugs really like to hide in those corners. I'm watching my water turn a different color the more that I clean, which tells me it's working. I'm trying to use my brush as much as possible to not have to overdo it with the Magic Eraser. And for the most part, we are getting a very good clean just with the soap, water, and brush here. Gotta get in the grooves of those buttons. All right, let's get it put back together. I'll leave a link in the description for Steve's video on Tronicsfix if you want to check that out. Or if you need some more pink glove fix in your life, check out whatever video YouTube recommends next for you for Restorish.